Oh wow, there's a guide in game that actually helps to build my character. Oh, I never knew that the suggested character next is level 20. Ah, so it's recommended to equip 5-star artifacts and enhancing them to level 20 to make your character powerful. I see. Right, and upgrading talent is recommended too to make my character more powerful. Oh my god, this is such a great guide. I guess all of the Genshin guide makers on YouTube is now out of jobs. Or not. So yes, you can see this is one of the newest quality of life upgrades into the game for patch 4.5. And while at the first look of it, everything seems really well made. They put quite a lot of effort into making this to make sure that any kind of character on your account is actually not well built does actually come across your attention. Like, you know, when a character needs the specific ascension materials, they are there for you to actually know where to get them, best weapons recommendations, best artifacts as well, and character talent priority. I think these are all really good recommendations and very fundamental. However, it is just the very basic thing of a character, and it is obviously geared towards newer players. Now, as I have mentioned, I know that this is geared toward newer players, however, that still poses some issue. This is basically a half-done situations where they're just putting out there some of the basic requirements you want for the character, but you basically still do not understand what your character specifically does or what would be the best optimal ways in order to play this specific character. And therefore, at the end of the day, even when you've already completed building your characters just like how the training guide in the game is giving you, you're still gonna have to go online looking for videos in order to show you all of the nuances of your character and how to play them very well. And I'm pretty sure 99% of those videos are also going to be showing you all of the basic builds for that character, but even way more in depth. Now, I know that I said that this is basically geared for very much newer players, but even if they are newer players, they will be able to learn how to build their specific character very fast and will not need a whole dedicated quality of life quote-unquote improvement by adding this kind of training guide into the game where, you know, most of the time it is not going to be used. Now, improvement to the game has always been a hot topic and, you know, sometimes can cause quite a lot of drama within the community, but of course that stems from the fact that players are being unhappy with the current state of the game and not felt like we are being listened to. Now, ever since patch 4.0, I believe there has been quite a lot of quality of life changes, and I would say some of them are really nice for me, like, you know, the background changes of different regions when you're in it, like, you know, as you can see, fountains have very specific waterfall, and, you know, character animations within the character selection screens are very cool changes, or, you know, the weapons or character enhancement screen are a lot more refined now, and I really do think those are good quality of life changes. But of course, some of that are also actually, you know, I'd say downright bad as well. You know, for example, in the last patch where we have the fast equipment artifacts changes, where it was basically a downright disappointment for most of the players, because everyone was actually looking forward to a custom artifacts loadout fast equipment. And while of course this patch we have the training guides where it basically does not help very much. Now, of course, I do really appreciate all the quality of life they are making into the game, but, you know, making changes for the sake of, you know, just adding changes wouldn't really be beneficial if it's not going to make the player base happy, right? Because all of these creation in terms of quality of life changes does take a lot of work and manpower to actually come up with this idea and then actually develop it and implement it into the game. It takes a lot of work. Why shouldn't all of those work and manpower be redirected into a change that is going to be more beneficial for most of us players, especially for those of us in the end game? Obviously, you know, more rewards is just one of them, but, you know, for example, why not have a specific Genshin Impact interactive map directly into the game where you know the location of specific flowers or mining ores you want to farm, because still every now and then if I want to farm for specific flowers, I still have to go online, search up the interactive map and open them. Or, you know, more resins, artifact loads out right, please, 120 FPS for PC, why not having that? Or, you know, the self-modeling artifacts that we have in Honkai Star Rail. That's a very good idea. We still don't have anything similar for the artifact farming improvement, because while at the end of the day artifacts farming RNG is still so very bad, right? And I just want to put my thought out there, because some of the previous patches we do have a lot of changes to the game, but many of that isn't really too much beneficial for us, and I just don't know when some of the more beneficial changes that the players have been wishing for is going to be added into Genshin Impact, which is something that does make me a little bit sad sometimes whenever I see Honkai Star Rails do get a lot better treatments at times. So yeah, I think that's all I've got to say right now. Do leave it down in the comment section what you guys think about some of the changes that we've recently got to the game. And while if you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe, guys. I do a lot of Genshin Impact content. I really appreciate you guys staying with me till this part of the video, and with that I wish you a super day, and I'll catch you on my next video.